guys, it's Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, you guys, I just want to come back at you with the challenge that I have going on. It doesn't start till Monday. It runs from Monday, September 11th through the 25th, and it's hashtag 15 days and 15 minutes of mini collages. Okay, I did a video on it, but I wanted to show you guys. Let me turn on my other light here. But I wanted to show you guys also that you don't have to even have scraps, jelly prints, scrapbook paper. This might make some sense for some people, because I love doing it too. For your mini collages, using magazines. So you don't have to make any papers, you don't have to have scrapbook paper. All you have to have is some magazines and rip out images and collage them together. That's also a really cool art form, and I love doing it. So it's still the same thing. You want to cut your cards out 4x6. I just use pieces of cardstock. If you have cereal boxes, you can use that. So I'm going to put one together for you. So like I said, I went ahead and I took cardstock and cut out a bunch of 4x6 pieces of cardstock. If you want, use a cereal box. Okay. And I kind of pre-planned these just so it wouldn't take me, so I don't have to hem and haw over it, because this is a demo. Okay, what I like to do when I do stuff like this is I like to cover it with book page first, so that if I have any, and all of us have book pages, right? So that if I have any area that I don't have collage, I already have a base, right? So that's what I like to do. Also, I like to use a magazine as a glue surface. So I just wanted to pop on today because I felt like there might be some people who aren't joining because they're like, okay, well, I don't have papers to collage. I don't quite, you know, it may be not registering them with them that way. But just images from magazines registers with a lot of people, including me. I love doing collages from magazines. Okay, and then we're going to trim this out. So far, right, you have everything to do this at the house. And if you don't, you can go get free magazines at the grocery store. On the way out, they always have some type of free magazine sitting there, and you can pop images out of there. Your neighbors have magazines. Your mother, your grandmother, your friend, or get a free one. Or pop into the thrift store and get one for 50 cents or $1. Okay. So now see? So what I like to do is I just like to put it right down, glue it right onto the front of it, and then turn it over, and then there, bam. So now look, you already have something on here. So if, let me just trim this up a little bit better. So if you don't have to cover every part of the card, okay? I think that takes some stress off of you about that. Just a second. If you guys could see my art room right now, I have so much going on, it's ridiculous. Okay. Shocker. So what did I have going on here? Okay, I'm going to put this piece. This is a piece right here. Isn't this cool? I think I got this out of one of my Somerset magazines. I have just boxes and boxes and boxes of magazine images because I'm crazy like that. I just love to collect magazine images for my collages and rip them out and throw them in a box. So, okay. So today's Saturday, and if you want to start this, it starts on Monday. It's just collaging for 15 minutes for 15 days. That's it, on a 4x6 card. Now, I'm going to show you my cards that I've done so far. Okay? Well, I'll show you them at the end. And I'll show you the little album that you can get from Dollar Tree or from Hobby Lobby. In fact, let me just show you right now. Some of you have already seen this because you watched the original video, and some of you, this is brand new. Oh, you haven't seen it yet. Okay, you can see you know how they have these at Dollar Tree? Well, they have it at Hobby Lobby for like 80 cents. Some are $1.24, and you get 2 in a pack. So that's a really good deal. They're made a little bit better than the Dollar Tree ones, but if you can't get yourself a hold of the ones at Hobby Lobby on clearance, get yourself one at Dollar Tree for $1.25. And I just thought it'd be kind of cool to put your cards in one of these. Look how cool this looks. Now, these are all made with jelly prints, my printables, scrapbook paper, music note paper, book pages, other papers that I make. And at the end, I'll show you some papers. See how cool these look? They look very old world. If you like this style, very old world, very old wall. That's my style of jelly printing and papers that I make. So I will show you some examples of those, and you can get them in my Etsy shop. Every 5 is $2.50, and you can make collages like this. Okay. Also, if you want to make your own jelly prints that look like this style of like old wall, old world, very grungy, look through my playlist and look under jelly prints, and you're gonna get that's the only way I jelly print, and I have tons of videos there. And I'm also gonna make another video tomorrow on jelly printing with this old world, old wall, grungy style. Okay. All right, so let's continue with this one though. So I wanted to show you that, and at the end I will show you the my printables. So if you want the grungy old world printables, if you want to get those from my Etsy shop and use those in your collages also. Okay. All right, so let's put this here, and I think this is going to go right there. Yeah. I have my magazine now over here on the side, so that I love using a magazine as a glue surface. So if you go get a free magazine, or you collect free magazines, make sure you pick a couple up extra also as glue surfaces, so you don't get glue everywhere. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but that's what I do. And I don't want to pay for a magazine that I'm going to rub glue all over. Isn't that a beautiful image? I don't know where I got that image. Somewhere. Isn't it beautiful though? And you just take like 3 elements and look how beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? Now, let's suppose you're doing these from the magazine. You can do it either way. You can, you know, look through the... I would do this first. Before I started, I would just go through a magazine and pick out some images before I started my timer, my 15-minute timer. I would just go through, rip out some images, and cut them out real quick, and then start. That's what I would do. And if you're putting them together pretty quickly and 15 minutes isn't up, can you do another one? Yeah. Do another one if you want to. Isn't that cool? Look at that. I just took 3 elements and bam, and made the coolest little collage. Now, at the end, you're going to have 15, a minimum of 15 cards. You can turn around and use these in junk journals, art journals. In your art journal, this could be like a focal point after you do a background. You could make copies of these onto cardstock and use them as art cards, as postcards. So there's so much stuff you can do with them. But also, I would definitely, if you could, get yourself one of these. Also, see this page right here on the front? This comes out, okay? So this could be your first collage. I would collage right on this card, okay? So that's going to be your cover. And that's how I got this on the front, okay? You do not have to, and you don't have to, if you don't want to, you don't have to get one of those 4x6 little albums. I just thought it'd be a really nice way to keep your cards. Now I'm going to take a Stabilo. You can use a Stabilo. You can use a water-soluble crayon. You can use a watercolor pencil. And you can also use to do a little black bordering. It just really finishes off your cards. You can also use an oil pastel. Now, when you use something like this that's water soluble, which everything I mentioned is water soluble until you get to the oil pastel. So I just go like this. Wet your finger. Either use your own DNA or use a baby wipe. Whatever you want to do. It's your world. And it's your art. So if you want to put your DNA like I just did on my art, I can. Now let me show you. If you have one of these oil pastels, you don't wet your finger. Just smear it. You just use the heat of your finger. So I'll do that for the bottom part of this. So you can still smudge this out, but you just use the heat of your finger. And it smudges it out perfectly. See? I don't use this enough. I should start using that oil pastel more. I love it. See? And that puts a nice little border around. I like it. Okay? So look how nice that looks. And we hardly did anything, you guys. Bam. Okay, so one is done. Okay, we'll put that one right there. Let's do another one. And remember, cut your cards out 4 by 6. If you want it, 4 by 6 I think is a good size. If you want to go 5 by 7, you go 5 by 7. I wouldn't go smaller than 4 by 6. You can do what you want, but I wouldn't go smaller than 4 by 6. And the reason I wouldn't go smaller is because just so you can have a nice little collage. It just gives you more surface to collage with. So, all right, let me put some glue on here. So that's what I like to do. I like to cover, and you could use scrapbook paper to cover up your card. If you want, you can use, like I was thinking about using this. These are maps. Aren't they cool? You could use scrapbook paper. You can use book pages. I'm showing you book pages because almost everyone has a book page that they can go rip up, right? Everybody has a magazine. So I wanted to break this down a little bit more so that nobody felt intimidated by collage. Because like the title says, collage is so, it feeds the soul, in my opinion, so much. I don't know what it is about collage, but it's always fed my soul. And I know that sounds a little hyperbolic, but it's how I feel. In fact, when I was writing the title, I go, is that a little hyperbolic? Are people going to think, girl, you're a freak? I said, well, the ones who think you're a freak already think you're a freak. Write it down. You're 54 years old. Who cares at this point? Okay. So, I knit, and I love knitting. So I have this, in this knitting magazine, one of my knitting magazines that sells yarn and knitting needles and all that. I found this, I think, in there. This, or maybe I found this in a magazine. But anyway, this was in the knitting magazine. These beautiful knitting needles, and I use these. Aren't they gorgeous? And here's another thing. So, let me just figure out how I kind of was doing that before. Yeah, I like that. Okay. For some reason I have that clipped, so let's just do it on this side. Do it all. I had the I had clipped the ends on that one piece. I don't know why. Anyway, all right, let me turn my magazine here, and let's do another one. Now, I'm not timing myself the 15 minutes because I'm just showing you guys, okay? Now, if you like the way I did the other ones, I used, like I said, I used jelly prints. I used some other papers that I create. I use book pages, music note pages, and I use my printables. If you want to know how I did those collages, watch the first video. Okay, this is part 2. I made this one because I wanted to come on and just show people who were like a little intimidated by the way I showed on the first video. If they just got some magazines, they could do this and not miss out on the fun, because this is so fun in my opinion. Okay, I'm just seeing how best I wanted to do this. Do I want to go like this, or do I want to go like this? Yeah. All right. And when you collage, it teaches you so much about yourself. You're going to learn about things that you like, things you don't like, colors you like, colors you do like, colors you don't like, styles that you like, decision making. It's going to help you trust yourself to make a decision really quickly and not hem and haw on it forever. It's going to give you some confidence about your art. And you just have the joy of collage also. And at the end, look at your cards and look at each card at the end of the 15 days, or even every day, and look at it and say, what did this teach me about myself, about my art, about crafting? And see, because you're going to learn something every time you do one of these. You're going to learn something new about yourself, about your art, about your style, boosting you with confidence. There's just so much you're going to learn about yourself. Okay, look at this one. Isn't that cool, you guys? And this is just an example with magazines. You can just do whatever you want, whatever comes to you. Okay, I'm going to use the oil pastel on this whole one too. Give a nice little smoky border. Now, let's suppose you don't have any of this to give a nice little smoky border. You know what else you could do? Find a Sharpie and just edge along that with a Sharpie. That'll work. There's always 20 million different ways with the art. You don't have to have all the stuff to do art. In fact, sometimes when you have less stuff, you're even more creative. Sometimes I challenge myself not to take out so many supplies and create with less supplies. And I become more creative by doing that. There we go. So look how cool this is. Just with magazine images. So don't think that you even have to jelly print, have jelly prints, have scrapbook paper, make collage papers. You don't even have to go to my Etsy shop and buy and download printables, okay? Just get some magazine images, okay? So today, if you want to join this this challenge, join it. Rip out some magazine images. Grab a glue stick, okay, and start gluing the damn things down and have fun. Cut yourself out some 4x6 pieces of cardstock, or if you have some cereal boxes, or anything like that will work. Okay, love it. Okay, oh, I was going to show you really quickly. If you're interested in collaging like this, okay. And I go to my first video and I show you examples of how to do some collages like this, okay? Oh, also, let me show you one more thing on these cards. You could do some mark making on these cards. This is I love this little Asian pen. You could take here and just throw some little bit of crosses. Okay. You could do an arrow. You can do like an arrow this way and an arrow that way. Cool, huh? Let me see a red marker. I'm just trying to think of some marks really quick. Just a second. I'm going to show you guys, and you can screenshot this if you want, if I can find it. I have a cheat sheet of mark making because that's what will happen to me. I'm like, I want to make some marks, and then my brain will just go away, and I'll be like, okay. So if I can find it, I should have it right here. Here it is. No, this isn't it. I have so many, I call them cheat sheets of mark making. And the one that I want, I'm not finding. Okay, let me pause you guys and then I'll be right back. Once you know it, I found it right when I turned off the screen. Okay, so these are some quick marks. You might want to screenshot this. Simple, simple marks that you can make on your collages. Or you don't have to make any marks at all. You could be like, girl, you're ruining your art. Do not. This is some Roman numerals, which would be really cool. Okay? So those are some quick marks that you can make on your stuff just for something extra, something fun. Let me see what else. Oh, I'll tell you something like sewing lines. You could just put some sewing lines like this, which are just nothing but dashes. And you can do that all the way around. This is cool. I just thought about this, about putting dashes, little sewing lines. That's not even on my cheat sheet. It just hit me all of a sudden. Especially on the one with the knitting and knitting needles. So look. Look how that added to that. Isn't that cool? I love it. You can use whatever color you want to use. In fact, on this one, I'm seeing, it's all really, I love it like when things are very like brownish looking, very vintage, and add a little bit of red. And red's not even one of my favorite colors, but I think that this could really, if there's a lot of brown, I like to add red. To me, that's very ethnic, very Southwest, very native type of style. So I like red, well, like I said, when there's a lot of like browns and neutral colors like that, bronzes. See how that just changed it? Cool, huh? It's just little mark making. It's no major. No major at all. I'm just looking to see if I want to do anything else. Right here, I feel like I want to do this one star. Look how cool that looks. Okay? So just little things like that you can do just to make marks. You know what? Let's do some shooting stars. You just put a dot and then a dot and a dot. Look at that. I think that's cool. And you may think you just ruined it. That's fine too. It's your little piece of artwork. You can do whatever you want. So the moral of the story here is that you do not have to have anything but a magazine and some cardstock or maybe a cereal box and cut them out 4x6 and do your 15-minute collages for 15 days. Okay? So I just want to pop on here really quick and show you that. For those of you who haven't watched the first video, let me just show you. These are the printables that I'm talking about in my Etsy shop that I create. Every 5 printables is $2.50. So let me just show you some of those. This is just a sampling of them. Just a second. Sorry, guys. This is just a sampling of what's in there. There's a lot more than this. Okay. Let me clean up my hands real quick so before I start touching these. All right. And I know they're very like old world, very old wall, very grungy, and that's the type of style I like. So these are the kind of printables that I like to make. So okay, so every 5 pages is like $2.50, and they're in five. You get them in 5s, and the reason is because Etsy doesn't allow you to, when you're gonna, and you're just printing them off. But Etsy doesn't allow you to print off more than 5 at a time. I mean, you can print off more. You can't. I can't list more than 5 in a listing when they're printables. I don't know why. Okay, let me just show you these ones really quick, and then you can go to the Etsy shop if you're interested and look at the rest of them. But you can create yourself some really old world, old wall, grungy type of collages. And then from here, you guys, if you like this, you can then start collaging in an art journal. Okay, you can start putting your collages on canvases, any substrate. I love this. Is a whole page. This is a jelly print and a whole page of Cocoa Pellies. Love me some Cocoa Pellies. Okay, look how old wall that is. And look, some old dilapidated wall. Okay, so there's tons more in my shop than that. I just wanted to give you a good sampling so you know. But I wanted to come on real quick, make this video so that you don't feel that you have to have anything else but a magazine. And I should have said that in my first video, but it hit me today, and I wanted to come on and share that with you guys. Okay, so there we go. All right, you guys, that is it. I hope to see you guys on this Monday, and we can get started. Okay, and I will be on Monday. Oh, I need to tell you 2 more things. I will be on Monday, and I will be doing a I'll do one with magazine and one with like jelly prints, printables, and all the rest of it. Okay, so I'll do both styles. Also, join our group. It's called Our Magical Little Place. Excuse me. Join our group. It's called Our Magical Little Place, and post, and that's where you can post your work if you would like. We all like to see it and be inspired. Also, there will be a giveaway, so all you have to do in this video or the last video, just put I'm in. And if you put, I'll be choosing a winner from both of those videos. Somehow I'll either combine, I'll probably combine all the names and choose a winner. And you'll win some of the printables that I just showed you, like a whole bunch of them. Okay, when the challenge is over. Okay, but make sure below that you join a Facebook group called Our Magical Little Place and post there and let us see your beautiful work. Also, if you want to post on Instagram, that would be great too. You don't have to. And make sure in your title when you post, you put hashtag 15 days and 15 minutes of mini collages. Okay, I'm just looking at my notes, and I think that is everything. Yes, that is it. All right, I will see you guys on Monday. Bye, guys.